If you're positive, you better bless this space. If you are negative, you better get up on my face. If you are positive, you better bless this space. If you are negative, you better get up on my face. If you are positive, you better bless our space. If you are negative, you better get up out our faces.
Period.
I smoke cleansed for you guys. I got smoke for you guys. Here you go.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Witches and Weebs, Witchy Wednesday. Hooray!
Yay, welcome back.
Where we talk about all things mystical and magical and witchy. And today we will be talking about spell techniques as led by our lovely Space.
Hello. So we're gonna talk about what spells and why to do them, what to use. Because there's only like one other video about this kind of thing, and I found that very interesting.
Really? I mean, that's fair. That is, okay, I get it.
Because a lot of people talk about the magic and like, okay, so you want to do water magic. Brain fart. I fucking had a brain fart. I don't even know what kind of magic to tell you. So you want to do love magic. Okay, so they'll focus on all these kind of spells related to love, but don't actually tell you like, why would you use a candle magic? Why would you use a candle spell? Why would you use a poppy? Why would you use, and poppies are open, voodoo dolls are not. That's a different thing. Poppies are used in many different cultures across the board. So they are not voodoo dolls, but that's a whole different, we're gonna set that off to the side. So they don't tell you like why spell bowls might be a thing you want to look into for in your house over a jar or why you would want to use a jar over a candle spell.
Right.
So that's what we're going to be kind of talking about today. A lot of it is kind of just critical thinking. Like if you want to use a poppet, we're going to start there. Let's use a poppet. Poppets serve as a magical stand-in for individuals and animals, so allowing practitioners to direct energy towards them across distances. So these are great for if you're doing spell work for other people.
Right.
These are great for spell work for other people. They send you something that is attached to them. I know some people use tag locks, which are part of your hair. Or I don't know if tag locks are just your hair. I learned about them from another person and she uses her hair, but it could be different. And it could be thoughtful material choices such as fabric from a loved one's clothing. These are great I would say that these are great for stuff like protection if you want to protect a certain person, or love spells if you want to do self-love spells. You fill them with herbs and things that are related to self-love, and there you go. So I think those are great spells for poppets, and this is to represent you specifically or another person. Spell bags, which I know is another beloved one of many, and I just want to say I remembered to record today, so somebody be proud of me. Somebody out there be proud of me. I just looked at my thing, I went, yes. Spell bags are best for long-term manifestation, especially if, let's say, you got one of these clear ones. It's breathable. It allows the energy to breathe out of the bag that it is collecting and be around you. And this is why you carry something like this on you. Small portable bags filled with these spell bags are small portable bags filled with herbs, crystals, and charms, which you can make your own charms.
You can.
These are technically burned out of wood from I had access to this when I was at a graphic design job, and it's a charm. I made a charm. It's also a rune.
Yep. But you could do it with resin. You could do it with wood. You could probably do it with paper too.
I think that the one thing I will say about resin, plastic goes in plastic. Don't put dried flowers in resin, because nature. Why would you put nature in? And I've done it before, so let me talk from experience. Mm-hmm. The energy doesn't sit right afterwards. So plastic should go in plastic. Anything that is not biodegradable, slap that shit in some resin. At least make it some pretty art.
True.
Making some pretty charms, but try not to use real flower. Plus, they don't typically turn out right. The resin can burn the flowers and all kind of other things. Mm-hmm. So you're better off just using plastic with plastic. Save the dried flowers for your spell bags. They're ideal. Spell bags are ideal for practitioners who want a discreet, because these can just go in your pocket or your bag to be on you at all point in time. Ongoing magical practice. At night, you sit, push energy into this bag, and let it vibe. It goes with you everywhere. Spell bowls, those are more about the energy of a space. So these are best for if you want to fill your house or space specifically with a cleansing bowl or money bowl, because you want your house filled with money. I know that's a popular one. Money bowls are super popular because unlike spell bags, which are carried with you on you all the time, spell bowls remain in a specific place, collecting and amplifying energy. By filling a bowl with items linked to an intention, coins for prosperity, salt for protection, practitioners can charge a space with their desired outcome.
Okay. I learned something new today. I actually had no idea that spell bows were a thing until just now.
Yes, I will teach us how to do. I do want to learn how to do a protection bowl, and a money bowl. Because
I think I did.
Money
see
is energy,
before.
and bitch needs money.
True. I did see something before, and I didn't realize it was a spell bowl until now. That it was a bowl filled with black salt, and they just had it sitting out for protection of the area that they had the bowl in.
I actually have salt and I have charcoal, which is how you make black salt.
Yeah.
I have charcoal pieces. They were like literally $6 for $1.
Where'd you get them from?
It's a mom and pop, very Indian place that is cheap as shit in LA. I could not even tell you the name.
That's fair. That is so fair.
Because it was literally on the side of the road and I went, oh, witchcraft, turn this car around, honey.
Right.
So, they're usually at any kind of witchcraft shop, though.
Okay.
They'll come in a silver little thing about this long. So, I've noticed that they're pretty much everywhere. It just depends on where you get them, how cheap they are. The Obsession, spell jars. I'm going to tell you, they don't work for all spells. They do not work for if you're trying to give yourself positive energy. It's not going to work. Bottles and jars function in two primary ways. They can trap energies, mostly negative energies, or preserve positive energy for long-term benefits. This is best for like sweetening relationships and stuff for that you contain the energy within the bottle, and if you're having a bad time, pop the bottle open and you have that energy.
Okay.
And of course, witches bottles, which are filled with sharp objects and to repel harm. However, I also do know that you could have a protection bottle that transmutes the bad energy that it collects into good energy for you to use around your house. So there are ways to do that. And I believe it's through spell jars and sigil magic all in the same time.
All right.
So this is why learning multiple different ways of magic is really important. Candle magic is the most versatile that you could do because it works for everything. It really works for everything. Because they just serve as focal points for energy release. They are focal points to release your intentions and your energy into the world. So they can really be anything. And this is why candle magic is the most versatile and the most popular right now.
And very easily accessible and cheap. Candles are so cheap and so easily accessible that you don't need all these fancy tools and items where you can just go to Dollar General, you can go to Walmart, grab a candle. I got this bad boy here at Walmart. I got that bad boy here at Walmart. Cheapest shit.
I got this one for $1.25 at Dollar Tree.
Price does not matter. We cannot stress this enough. Price does not matter. As long as the intention is there and you know the correspondence with what, you can buy something for 87 cents and it'll still work as well as something that you bought for $15.99. Price does not matter. Practitioners
can carve their sigils and symbols or words. You can carve outright words into the candle. Anoint these candles with oils or herbs. Be careful, fire safety. If you're going to maybe anoint it with herbs and all of that stuff, you might want to do your spell outside.
Yeah. Yeah. And also,
Okay.
it's really good to do spells outside because then you have more elements of the earth that are being put into your spell work.
Doing it outside is not going to harm you at all. It's only going to benefit you because you're going to be out in nature and all that kind of stuff. So just be very careful with your candles. Fire safety. And of course, candle color. You can do color magic with candle magic because different colors of the candles mean different thing. Yellow is energy. So this is basically a creativity energy candle that I got going on here. White is for white can be anything. It can be whatever you want it to be. White is perfect for it is the catch-all that kind of just attaches to whatever energy that you want it to attach to. Sigils are best for setting your intentions and also protection. Symbols crafted to manifest specific desires. Sigils work by embedding their meaning into the subconscious before being activated through burning, charging, or destruction. Now, my issue with the idea that you need to set it and forget it, I don't believe that with sigils. I believe that you don't need to forget it. I think that you need, every time you see your sigil, you should charge it with a little bit more of your energy.
Yeah, I will burn a sigil, but I will also have another copy of my sigil because I'm gonna be completely and utterly fucking honest here. Don't nobody want to keep making sigils for the same spell over and over and over because you are supposed to burn this and forget it. I am not about to make a sigil 8 times for the same spell. I'm gonna keep that one sigil and I'm gonna keep charging it, so the more I use it, the more effective it's going to be. So I agree with Space that like burning and forgetting it, nobody has time for that. I'm sorry. Like we're a little lazy here, but we're lazy in the efficient way where we know it's gonna work, and if it's not broke, then there's no need to fix it. So
now I have multiple sigils that are for the same thing? Absolutely. I have several protection sigils that are up around my house.
Right.
That's for the sake of just being extra protected.
Right.
But do I still have them written down somewhere? Absolutely. Right. I burn them on the piece of paper where I made them on, but I keep a little journal, little section of my journal that is just sigils that I've created and what they mean.
And there's nothing wrong with
forgetted.
There's nothing wrong with making new sigils, but at the same time, you can make a different sigil for the same thing, but have a different intent behind it. What is this sigil made for? Oh, this is protection from hexes. Oh, what's this sigil? Oh, this is protection from negative energy. And it's not the same sigil, but they're both protection sigils, but the nuance behind the sigils are completely different. So that's totally okay to do as long as, again, the intent is there. But burning and forget it? No thanks. I put too much work and too much energy and too much influence on this sigil to just forget about it. It's not happening.
Yeah, no. I make sure to charge my sigils every time I draw them on my front door, all that kind of stuff. I have a little thing that I look at and be like, here's protection sigil. And I cannot be asked to make a new sigil every single time.
Right.
And I think that's a little bit silly. However, I will say burn them. If you little pyromaniacs out there, get you a little fucking dish like this and just let it go. I'm not encouraging you out there, YouTube, before you flag me. Practice fire safety.
Practice fire safety. Indeed.
Verbal charms and spoken intuition, spoken intention, not intuition. Goodness me, what is language?
Hard, very, very hard.
Spoken magic, chants, mantras, affirmations, spoken spell work, because your words are power, uses the vibration of sound to enhance spell work. Repeating a phrase strengthens its influence, especially when paired with other techniques. So verbal charms are usually best on top of other things. Affirmations, of course, are done on their own, but you're also doing the work to make your affirmations reality. You can't just say, I'm going to be more confident and then still put yourself down 24/7. That's not how it works.
Your words are the most powerful tool that you have at your disposal.
And guess what, homos? They are free as fuck.
homos is crazy. How you just guess what?
I meant to say
Homos.
homies and went straight to homos.
Guess what, motherfuckers?
But I will say that your words, most powerful thing you have, and free as hell.
True. Unless, you can't actually vocalize because you're nonverbal.
But even then, most of them can still vocalize with their sign language, so.
True. I was about to throw up gang signs. Sign language.
And you made fun of me for homos.
Listen, I didn't call people a homo. I was just about to do some fuck shit. I didn't say anything to anybody.
Honestly, if they're watching us, they're probably a little homos.
You can't just assume our
You're right.
sexualities and our whatever.
But like we're queer, so
yeah, we're giga queer out here in these streets. So
yeah, so if anything, I'm just calling myself a homo.
guess
which
what?
is just true.
Homos. All right. Okay.
Which is just true. For you crystal bitches out there, if you want to use a way of spell working with crystals, there are things called crystal grids. I know next to nothing about this, so this is not my expertise, but I'm going to give you a little breakdown. Crystal grids are an incredibly powerful and beautiful way to manifest your dreams, goals, and intentions. The power of a crystal grid comes from the combined energies of the crystals you use, how you lay them out, and the intentions you set. This goes along with sacred geometry. These probably are laid in those kind of layouts, or perhaps they're laid out in specific ways that you set up.
So I mentioned a very, very, very not super long time ago, but I did mention crystal grids in one of our videos before.
Did you?
I did. Yes. And
It's been a
so
long time.
yeah, it's been a while. But basically, like Space said, it's kind of based off of sacred geometry. If you want, there's a lot of circles in crystal grids, and the whole thing about them is how you place your crystals and the intent behind the crystals. So you grab a crystal since this is the theme that keeps occurring on Witches and Weebs, self-love. You get a few crystals that are related to love. So in this case, it would be like a rose quartz or a jade or anything that is related to the heart chakra. You have a focal stone, which sets your intention. And then you have stones around it that is your desire. So your focus stone would probably be a rose quartz in that case. And then you could have like maybe jades or aventurines or fluorite bordered around that focus crystal to amplify and harmonize those energies. And then it'll start, like, when you speak your intention, it'll add those vibrations to the grid. And that's what starts manifesting the energy from the crystal grid.
What she said. Because I don't know much about crystal grids. I just know that's a way of magic.
Hi, I'm a crystal bitch. What's up?
If you guys like writing, you can write petitions, which is just writing a letter to the higher powers about what you want. You would, what are you laughing at?
Suddenly my dear source doesn't seem so silly anymore, does it?
No, it does not.
Dear
it does
source,
not.
I would like a lot
Because I've
of
absolutely labeled one of those. I do write petitions. That was one of my first spell works, is that I would just write petitions because I didn't know what else to do.
Oh.
I didn't know where to start. And I would, dear source.
Dear source, I am a little broke right now, and I would like a better income.
But if you ever heard of the freezing people in the freezer, putting their name on a piece of paper and slapping it in the freezer to chill them out?
Huh.
That's essentially a petition. That's writing magic. All you need is a piece of paper and your words.
Okay.
But when you do petition magic and you do writing magic, the best thing is to burn it, bury it, because burning is fire elementals. You're using elemental magic in pretty much everything that you do. So we're talking about it regardless. Burning it with fire, quick release, quick out into the thing. Burying it which is a slower process, but it's more stable because earth. Or placing them under specific objects like crystals or a spell jar, or placing them in the freezer if you want to chill out some kind of bad energy that's in your life.
Okay, okay.
There is a spell work that is automatic writing, which is you basically are supposed to turn off your brain and let spirit write through you. But I would say that is a little bit more of like hedge working and stuff like that, and not necessarily spell work. But I mean, I guess it would be spell.
It's still magic.
It is still magic.
You're just being led by whatever spirit is inhabiting you or influencing you.
There's also music and sound magic. Any kind of frequencies, drumming, singing, tuning into tuning forks. Those also can be used to raise energy, as well as just outright cast magic.
Oh, I think I've seen someone use a tuning fork before. I think it was a tuning fork. Hold on, let me see if it was what I'm thinking. Because there was a person on TikTok. When I was on TikTok religiously, there was a person, I can't remember their name, so don't ask me. But people would ask them questions like, am I going to marry so-and-so? Am I gonna be rich one day? Am I gonna blah,
all
blah,
the
blah?
classics.
And so they're like, yes, no, yes. And I'm like, how do you know these things? Are you divinating with forks right now? What's going on here? How do you know all these things?
Apparently you can't exactly divinate with tuning forks. Don't ask me how. Don't know how.
Neither do I.
Mia brought it up, but there is different ways of involving the elements. Water is any kind of water. Natural or moon charged water is great for scrying, which is divination. Use in spells generally is just very good, and cleansing anything.
Yes.
Those are the best ways to use water in your practice.
You know, I have been looking around for so long, and I have yet to see anyone use any sort of moon water until we watched The Lemon. The Lemon was my first instance of actually watching someone use moon water in their magical practices. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, a lot of people will talk so much about moon water and then never bring it into their practice ever. And I'm just like, do you just drink it?
They might.
Which is fine.
Or they might just bathe in it. Or
that's true too.
Like, there's a lot of ways. But the only time that I've actually seen it actively used was when we watched the Lemon ritual.
Fair enough. Go check out that ritual for anybody out there. Earth magic. This is about burying spells. These are spells that you want to have a strong root system, strong foundation, and take root within the earth first before coming to you. Also working with plants, and you can draw symbols and sigils in the dirt around your house as protection as well. I have done that. Fire magic, it basically the act of burning things releases energy and releases it to the world. But also dancing around fire to raise your energies, and fire scrying, which is divination. You can scry with fire, and I'm very tempted to learn that because I'm a little pyroman.
I can tell.
I really like candles.
Oh, you're so real.
Using feathers, breath work, and whispering to the intentions. That is air magic. Whispering your intentions to the wind. I said that wrong, and I hate myself.
No, you don't.
I don't hate myself. I'm an ascended being. Though that's air magic and involving, again, using a feather on your altar to represent air. There you go. Lines up. Then, of course, there's any kind of growing within the earth is spellcraft. So green witchery. This is where this comes in. Crafting spells into your plants, because you can make your plants your guardians of your house. They could be your guardians' wards, and when one plant dies, then you maybe know that something has attacked your house. However, if you have ADHD and can't remember to water your plants, that's a different story.
Yeah.
You're probably not meant for green witchery.
Yeah. I can't say anything. My plant is dead because it's winter time and it's fucking balls to the wall cold up here. Rest in peace, Olivia, my oregano.
Well, I would just forget, and I'm going to be honest with you, because I was talking from experience.
She lives on within our small tube.
Honestly, the fact that you got some, that's more than enough.
And it smells so good. Like, oh, I might be a green witch, low-key.
I'm starting to turn into a kitchen witch, low-key, and I'm like, now I'm gonna be a green witch because I want to grow my own food.
It's so good.
So tree and stick magic, which is again
Magic. I love it.
no,
I love it.
I can't speak English.
It's okay.
I don't know what it is.
Your eyes and your brain are working faster than your mouth can keep up. I understand.
Absolutely.
I do the same thing.
Using tree branches as wands, of course. I don't have one. I have a metal one that my husband bought me. I can't help it. You can also, if you find a stick that is like a wishbone, do you know what a wishbone is?
Yes.
Okay. You can use it like a wishbone and break it to make a wish. The more advanced, even though advanced spell work is more using visualization and thought form magic, you have to be exceptionally good at visualization to do this as magic and use this as spell work. What are you doing? Oh, hello!
I have a guest.
Welcome, Mr. Dobster.
Hello, kitty.
Oh my god, he looks so cute. I can't continue. I just want to look at him. But using your mind and using thought forms and thoughts to manifest and do spell work is actually very hard. You have to be practicing visualization since the beginning of your practice.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm branching into a more of an advanced spell work section here. Before I get into that, I do want to say there is something that's not so advanced, and actually it is advanced. Never mind, I'm talking on my ass. Potions is advanced because you have to be able to drink them and you have to know herbs and stuff. Mirror magic, reflection spells for amplification, banishments, or glamours.
Sorry, cat.
Yeah.
Okay.
Astral or dream magic, spell work in the dream world or through astral travel. Again, that's something you have to develop your astral abilities to do. Scrying, divination through water, fire, mirrors, crystals, or smoke can anytime be done. Energy work or Reiki for the Japanese of us, because not my place. Channeling energy, that is just energy work, and it is spellcraft. We are working on that ourselves right now.
We are.
Because it's very good to know how to manipulate your own energy, because it's easier to manipulate other people's energy and other things' energy. Glamour magic, which is basically putting energy into your makeup, your skincare, whatever, to make yourself feel better. Or it could be protection if you wanted.
I think I'm gonna start doing that.
I'm gonna talk a little bit about chaos magic here, because this is a case of using your intention and your belief to do spontaneous spellcraft. And that means in the moment, you're just doing a spell right there. I went to a funeral, and of course, as somebody who is easily influenced by other people's emotions, not to say anything and not to claim I'm something that I might not be. But I was doing a spontaneous energy working to build a shield around myself so I wouldn't be so influenced by other people's emotions.
Right. Which is honestly not that bad of an idea to do, because them things is so overwhelming and so taxing and so energy draining that you need that bubble. You need that shield, because
oh my god. I literally couldn't look at anybody, or their emotions were inside my body, and I was like, you need to get out. You could also work with animals to cast spells, familiars, animal spirits, and animal symbolism.
Hello, cat.
Simmer pots are a great way to put energy into your house, because you put a bunch of stuff into a pot and let it boil on the stove for several hours. So this is something you have to set a reminder to put more water in every hour.
If you have an
Don't
Alexa,
let it burn.
put a put a timer on your phone. Make sure your phone's not on silent so you can actually hear it when it goes off. Guilty. Hello.
Guilty. Those are great for putting if you want positive energy in the house, if you want protection vibes in the house. That's all about filling your house with a specific type of energy for the next week or so. I really do love simmer pots. I haven't made one in a long time. I need to do it.
I might start one too with you.
Recipes. Any kind of recipe is its own spell. Ta-da. Because I learned that even milk has properties.
Yeah, Space told me that, and I was like, what the fuck do you mean milk has properties?
It has correspondence. It represents the mother.
Yup.
It represents life.
I'm about to start using titty milk in my spells.
Oh my god, I can't believe she said it.
I'm about to start using titty milk in my spell. Listen, I'm still lactating out here, okay? I could some milk into my
Really?
spell. Yes. Surprisingly.
God damn, it's been surprisingly
3 years
as fuck.
and I'm still lactating. Crazy.
God damn. Oh, not magic. Not magic is best for you charge each time you make a knot, you charge it with a specific energy, and when you need that energy, if you're feeling, let's say you're not feeling very creative, so you make a big string, knot it up with a bunch of creative energy when you are feeling very creative, save that for when you're feeling not creative, and then you untie one of the knots.
Not creative.
And it should give you that creative, should release that creative. This is for storing energy. Not magic is for storing energy for later purposes.
Oh my gosh, I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna try a good bit of these actually, because these are very interesting and I've not heard of majority of these. Well, okay, that's a lie.
Yeah.
I haven't heard of a few of these.
Well, again, you heard some of them because we watched that video together, but others I definitely know that you probably haven't heard of.
Yeah.
Talismans and amulets. A talisman is any object ascribed with religious or magical powers intended to protect, heal, or it can be meant to harm individuals for whom it is made. A talisman can be made into a curse. Talismans are often portable objects carried on someone in a variety of ways, but can be also installed permanently into architecture. Okay, so that is the one that you can do good fortune to or anything. Talismans are closely linked with amulets, but fulfilling many of the same roles, but a key difference is in their functions. An amulet protects a person or possession against evil forces. So I had it backwards. Damn. Well, a talisman provides good fortune.
Okay.
And the last type of spell that I'm going to talk about is potions, because there's many different ways that you could do potions. They can be infusions like tea. They can be elixirs. They can be decoctions. I don't know how I'm pronouncing that word. Juices, of course, which is stuff that you just like pomegranate juice.
Oh, that's so crazy. I was talking about pomegranate juice yesterday with my sister's mom.
Essential oils, herbal oils, and tincture. Thank you. Infusions are stuff like tea boiled in water. Herbal matter is an herbal substance such as leaf or flower is steeped in boiled water. The herbal matter is drained off and the remaining water is infused with the herbal essence. So this is tea. Infusions are tea or a tistin, which is an herbal concoction that does not have any tea leaves in it. A decoction is an herbal substance such as root, bark, dried berries, or stem boiled in water for a prolonged period of time. The herbal matter is drained off, and so a prolonged period of time is probably 30, 45, an hour. Long time it broke down. And tincture is an herbal substance such as root, leaf, or flower steeped in alcohol with water or vinegar. This is left to infuse for several weeks, and then the herbal matter is drained off and the remaining solution is infused with the herbal essence. This is very concentrated in comparison to a decoction and should only be consumed in a very few tiny drops.
That sounds like perfume to me, if I'm being completely honest, but I'm probably very wrong.
It depends on what you put in there, probably.
That's fair.
Because some of them probably are just straight perfumes.
Like I saw alcohol and I'm like, perfume.
Yeah, that's probably exactly how they use to make perfume too. Elixirs is a tincture that has been mixed with honey in equal parts. This creates a syrup that masks the taste of the tincture. Am I saying that right? Tincture? Tincture. And also offers the health benefits of honey. If vinegar is used instead of alcohol, then the potion may be referred to as an oxymel rather than an elixir. Okay. Juices. Pressure is applied to fruits or berries in order to squeeze out pure juice. A juicing machine can be used to extract juice from very solid plants. A juice is blended with other juice and drank regularly.
I had wheatgrass juice before when I was younger, and that shit was disgusting because my mom grew some wheatgrass in our window, and then she bought a juicer, and I had to crank the juicer to squeeze the juice out of the wheatgrass, and that shit was ass.
I'm sure it was.
Like, that shit was duty.
I'm sure it was. And what everybody knows is essential oils and herbal oils.
Right.
Essential oils, I believe, through steam distillation, the pure extract of plant matter is extracted in a very concentrated, condensed liquid, not to be confused with synthetic fragrance oil. Essential oils are the genuine pure essence of the plant. Some are irritants, but others can be applied to the skin if they are properly diluted with a carrier oil such as cocoa oil, something like that.
Essential oil.
Be diligent about who you purchase essential oils from because most of them are counterfeit. Most of the cheap ones that you can buy mass produced, counterfeit. Herbal oils are a cold infusion method that involves steeping dry herbal matter in your carrier oil of choice. This can be mixed this is great for kitchen witchcraft. Olive oil, so you put like rosemary and stuff like that in there. There you go. Leave the herb to marinate in the oil in a cold, dark place for several weeks before straining it through a muslin cloth, or I believe they call it cheesecloth. This will be less intense than an essential oil, but ideal oil for an oil that you would use topically and or cooking.
Yes, oil. Cooking oil.
So from there, you have all the magic, spell works, and spell working that you could ever want. You have stuff that you can put in your body to make you feel better. You have things that can represent you and your friends if you want to do spell work for other people.
With permission, of course.
With permission. Poppets are a case of if you were to do your practice as a benefit to others. If you're a private solitary practitioner who doesn't want anybody to know that you're practicing, poppets are not for you. But spell bags also, you got jars, you got money bowls, you got spell bowls, you got sigils, you got candle magic, you got potions, you got crystal grids, you got all kind of spell work. I've handed
so
you
many.
Huh? There's so many. There's so many that I'm pretty sure that I don't even have all of them here. I'm sure that somebody in the comment maybe one day will be like, well, I use this kind of spell work. And I'll be like, oh, fuck.
That's cool.
That's cool. Please remember to do your research before you go and dive into these.
Yes.
Candle Magic by... I can't remember her name. The Madame of Candle Magic. Everybody knows who that. Pamita? Maybe Madame Pamita. That's one of the best books on candle magic if you want to start there, because that is the most easily accessible other than your written word and your mouth.
Heavy on the mouth still, very much so.
Heavy on the mouth still. It is still your greatest asset. Outside of that, everyone needs to go do their own research past this. I cannot do much more for you other than practice.
Very wisely. Practice wisely.
I have to start practicing spellcrafting and spell work because I have not.
I've only done a few very minuscule things.
Same. It's basically just been writing stuff. I've never done really big spell work, and I want to practice so that I know what I'm doing.
Gotta start small.
But what is next episode? What are we recording next?
The next episode for us is going to be the spring equinox.
Oh yes, we are going to be doing an episode on that.
We will be doing an episode on the spring equinox, or to pagans or Wiccans. Ostara is what the festival is called.
That is a Germanic holiday that they repurposed for Wicca and the Wheel of the Year. But we're also going to talk about, I'm going to try and talk about how other cultures celebrate the spring equinox. But here's the thing, there's not a lot of knowledge out there that isn't in Latin and 400 years old.
And directly tied to Easter. So
yeah, it's been very hard, but we will give you at least ways to practice to get you close to of course, whatever you want to be close to. Either way, Mia, you can take us out.
Yes.
Before I ramble on for...
Please make sure that you like, comment, subscribe, turn the notification bell on so you can know when we are uploading new videos. Leave a comment about what kind of practices you use. If we didn't include them in the video, let us know. Tell us how you do it, because we might be interested in joining you in that journey too, because we're always looking for new types of ways to apply witchcraft and do spell work and everything, because it's fun. We like it. It's better.
For sure. If you guys have spell techniques, please leave them in the below, because I want to know more.
Remember, everyone, please practice wisely, practice safely, and may all of your positive affirmations and manifestations come to fruition. And we will see y'all next week.
Stay mystical, everybody. Yay!
Ouchies. I'm being clawed by my cat.
Oh no.